What's going on, Nerd Nation? It's your friendly Nerd King, Mac Taylor, here to talk to you guys today. We finished Survivor Thailand, and now we are on Survivor the Amazon, one of my favorite seasons of Survivor. It's going to be a fun one to talk about. So, right off the bat, we get two tribes. We get Tamaki and Jabiru. It's going to be guys versus girls, because the Amazon are known for their strong women. So we are putting, guys against girls, which was teased in Survivor Thailand, but we get it in Survivor the Amazon. Immediately right off the bat, Ryan and Jen are concerned about being on gender tribes because, you got alpha males and alpha females, and girls don't tend to get along. Guys, it's all about physicality. There's a lot of stereotypes that can go into this kind of thing. The men, however, are very confident that they are going to just steamroll the women. And here we learn that Christy is deaf. She can communicate. She can read lips, but so when it gets nighttime, it's gonna be very hard for her to read anybody's lips. And Jenna's like, "Wow, it's a big flaw, and that could really hurt the team later." So Jenna and Christy not exactly friends here at the start. And then we also get Rob really taking to Butch. Butch has this banner that says, believe in yourself. And Rob is just like, wow, he's such a good guy. How are you going to vote that guy out, The men, they're quick at work at their camp. They're putting stuff together and making fires. And the women kind of struggling to get the fire going. And then we see Dina taking charge here. Really trying to just lead the women. And, at night, like I said, Christy can't read lips, so she's having a very hard time during these nighttime conversations. And then the women, they have a rough night. Spiders everywhere, just, getting used to living in the Amazon. And they don't really do a good job at informing Christy about what they're doing. So when they go off to do something, Christy doesn't know what they're doing because no one turns and talks to her so they can read her lips. And at the men's tribe, Roger has a tendency to talk down to the other guys, because he's really trying to be a leader. It's not like Dina where it just kind of happens. It's more of Roger putting himself in that leadership role. Ryan and Daniel, they're kind of a bit slackers on the tribe. But, the men have put together a shelter. While the women are boiling their clothes. And it's not, Dina's like, wow, this is really not what we should be prioritizing right now. Janet, getting very sick and starting to become kind of a liability early on here for the women's tribe of Jabiru. Rob's luxury item is the Magic 8 Ball. Basically just try to bring some humor to the camp. He says you can't ask it are we going to win or are we going to lose? That's bad mojo, but you can ask it, about guys can't shut up about, Rob likes Heidi and the other guys, they like Shauna. Can't shut up about the women. And that really annoys Roger. He's like, wow, these guys are focused on women. I'm focused on Survivor. And Joanne singing a whole lot. And it's eating massage. She brought massage oil and they're eating it. So weird. You do a lot of things to survive here early on. The men, they're riding high. They're we're men in the Amazon. This is great. And you have this immunity challenge where you have to go through these obstacles to unlock your tribe mates. Jabiru, the women, win the first immunity, mostly because Ryan and Daniel cannot walk across the balance beam to save their life. So the women now, they're like, yeah, we did it. And Dave, he's upset. He's like, damn it, you guys. And how dare you guys get so cocky and we lose. And Rob's laughing at the idea of integrity. People talking about integrity in the game. Rob said this game is not about integrity. So the plan for Roger is to vote out Ryan. Whereas Dave, he's like, me and Ryan are from the same place. We're kind of bonding early on. I'm not going to write his name down. You guys do what you got to do, but I'm not going to write Ryan's name down. And that is a terrible idea because you're already putting yourself kind of on the outs, saying, yeah, I'm not going to vote with you guys. It doesn't put you in a great place. So that was a very bad call by Dave. So it's Ryan versus Roger. Who's going to come out on side? Rob, however, kind of playing up both sides. He could go either way. But, he's kind of figuring out what's the route for him in this first vote. So by a vote of 4-3-1, Ryan going to be the first person voted out of Survivor the Amazon. Because it should have been Ryan, Daniel, Dave, and Matt voting together. And Rob could have swung over. But Dave just kind of threw his vote away. And so it kind of messed up those plans by Ryan and Daniel. The women, still don't have shelter. They don't have much going on. And the men, they're fishing, they're getting stuff done. They're more productive at their camp. So during the storm, the men are dry because their shelter's put together. By the women, they're not. Bad time for the women. And they have a puzzle reward for, fishing stuff. And the women, Jabiru, win again, 2 in a row. The men of Tambaki really feeling bad here. This was not a good outing for them. But the girls do need some food. They need to get something going. And Jan catches and loses a fish. So that was kind of a letdown for them. And Roger also talks about how he doesn't think that gay couples should adopt children. Alex is very upset by this, and him and Alex get into this tiff. Rob, super happy about it. Rob is saying, hey, people arguing puts me in a great spot because then they're not going to vote out me. They're going to go against each other. And then, I kind of pick and choose where I go, which is a great thing to think about. Most people don't view conflict as a benefit, but in Survivor, conflict that you're not a part of is a huge benefit. And you want other people to argue with each other. That way you're not on the chopping block. Doesn't like the idol thing that they have. She doesn't like it. So she doesn't want to end the camp. Which is so weird. Joanne is a strange person. Christy, she's trying to get people to communicate with her better. And she ends up arguing with Joanne about the idol thing. And then this leads up to a big controversy, still unsolved here in the Amazon. They find a granola wrapper in their box, and they are upset. Who's hoarding food? They say Janet. So they are really blaming Janet for this. Then we get an item memory immunity. Tambaki wins immunity. The men not going to tribal council twice in a row. Christy, she's basically trying to get the tribe to do things, and they're not. And so she's like, whatever, fine. If you guys aren't going to work, I'm going to work. So there's a big split, and the votes come out 5-1 Janet voted out. I believe Christy voted for Joanne, and Joanne voted for Christy. Like, the women's vote was all over the place, but 5 of them did vote together to get Janet out of here. I'll take this moment to eulogize Ryan, as he was lazy and bad at challenges, and that's no bueno. So that's why he left. And Janet, she's a person not made for Survivor. Her body was falling apart. She's not mentally prepared for this. This was not a game for her to be a part of. So Janet was never meant to last longer than this spot here. Roger, still mad at Daniel about Daniel's work ethic, but how Daniel doesn't do what Roger tells him to do. Daniel and Matt, they both speak Mandarin, and that is something that they have going for them. They communicate in Mandarin. And also, Matt and him are starting to really bond. And at the women's camp, their food has got mold and insects in it, and that's not good. And at Tribal, they do say that Dina is their leader. So she's officially the leader of the women. So we get a puzzle reward for, bathroom items. And Jabiru, the women, win reward. And Rob is happy that the girls made a comment that he was attractive at the challenge. And the guys talk about, they need women on the tribe. They need the female attention. Then Shauna, Heidi, and Jenna are bathing naked. And the other girl's not comfortable doing that, but they are. They talk about how they're the beautiful people. Dave and Matt discuss taking out Daniel. How it may not be the thing they want to do, but it's the thing they probably have to do. Alex, Rob, and Matt, they also talk Roger and how his benefits can outweigh his detriments to the tribe, and how it'd be great to take him out. Alex, very gung-ho about doing that. He's like, yes, that Roger plan sounds great. So the guys are fishing. Dave is also worried about Alex. He's a strong competitor. He's very likable, more than Dave, and that's going to be detrimental to Dave in the future. However, probably shouldn't be thinking about that this early. And if you do think about it, don't act on it. Keep it in your head, but wait till the merge to start making those moves. So the guys, Alex feels close to Rob, thinking that Rob is kind of going to be his goat to bring to the end and beat, not knowing that Rob is playing a very, very, very strategic game. So, Rob really in on all sides here. The girls, they're starting to pull together. They're becoming a little more of a strong tribe. And Dina is in full control. They will do what Dina says. It's great for Dina. Dina so far has been one of the only people to take a leadership role and not piss anybody off doing so. So they have the prison break immunity. And Jabiru wins immunity. And Rob is running drama back and forth to try to splinter even further the relationship between Daniel and Roger. Alex and Rob now are together playing both sides. Alex and Rob really want to put themselves in a swing position. And Daniel, he's putting his whole game out on the table, even maybe trying to play the race card. He knows he's in danger, and he's trying to pull just about anything he can. And at Tribal, it's a big fight between him and Roger. But the vote comes out 6-1. Daniel is gone. And I think, early on, he had a bad run in the immunity challenge. He aligned with the wrong people and did not take the opportunity to work more around camp to try to boost his spot, he just let the ship sink and never even tried to get off. So, Daniel made a lot of mistakes, and that's what cost him his Survivor game. Shauna on the women's tribe feels isolated. It feels like the other girls don't like her because she's pretty. Heidi and Jenna, however, they're thinking about how to move forward in the game together. And on the men's tribe, similarly, Matt feels on the outs. He was aligned with Daniel and Ryan. They're gone now. How is he going to make his position better? Heidi says, I'm above work. I don't have to do work. I'm too pretty for that kind of stuff. Kind of a bad thought process to have in life, and I hope that has been fixed in her as she aged since this game. Her and Jenna both, they just feel way too good to be playing this game. Then Heidi, Jenna, and Shauna decide, hey, pretty girls to the end. We're sticking together. And they're trying to reel in Dina so they can have all that power that Dina possesses. Matt, however, is getting fish and being a provider, saying, hey, this is the role I can fill. I can use my work ethic to help get ahead, help move my spot up a little bit, make myself a little better for this tribe, which is something that Daniel failed to do and is, I think, is a great move on Matt's part. So we get the fire-making reward for this, a fridge full of Coke. Tambaqui wins immunity. Or wins reward. Sorry. Not immunity. Reward. Shauna basically is like, I'm done with the game. I would really like to be voted out. And Dina's like, we all fought really hard to be here, and it just sucks to see someone saying, I'm done, just vote me out. This is too hard. It pissed me off, too. I agree with Dina that, if you have a doubt that you can't play Survivor, just don't go on Survivor. Don't do it. There's many people that want that spot, deserve that spot. If you're just going to quit, fuck you. So the men, they're feeling good. They have a fishing immunity to try to catch as many fish as possible. Tambaqui, mostly with the help of Matt, wins immunity. So Matt really putting himself in a great spot here. And Shauna, she's like, please vote me out. I want to go home. And Dean is like, I would rather take out Joanna. And so she talks to Heidi and Jenna like, hey, Shauna wants to go home, but we need her number. So let's take out Joanna instead. Christy's even the swing here in this vote because Shauna just wants to be voted out. She's not cooperating. And by a vote of 5-2, Joanna goes home. So Shauna is forced to stay in the game. Joanna super blindsided here and super pissed. And that brings an end to Phase 1 of Survivor the Amazon. And my final thoughts on Joanna, basically, hey, she was a strong woman. She was a threat to Dina, and Dina took her out. It really, I don't really think she'd benefit from a second chance, but, it's not like she made a super big mistake other than that fight with Christy, maybe. That concludes Phase 1. Stay tuned next time. We're going to talk about Phase 2. Talk about going from 12 to 8 in Survivor the Amazon. So, again, my name is Mac Taylor. Thank you, guys.